Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today I have Mezs with me and she's here for an interview. So I'm interviewing her today because she has quite a unique hobby / interest, and I thought that would be great to share with you guys. So this is Mezs.
Hey.
So Mezs, how would you define your interest? What does your interest encompass?
Well, I'm generally interested in history, but if you really want to get specific, I love aviation through the Second World War and sort of the First World, but mostly the Second World War.
Okay, so aviation history?
Yeah, aviation history, yeah.
It's not Tudor history, not not medieval warfare.
No.
Okay. Are you interested in modern aviation as well?
Yes, definitely. So I know someone who actually has a plane and takes me flying quite often. So I'm very blessed in that. I very much enjoy that.
I don't know many people your age who are interested in aviation history. So, where did that come from?
It was just one afternoon. I was actually sitting on the couch at home, and Mum had went to the library and got lots of books, just random ones, and I like books, so I went through them and I found one that was about the Battle of Britain. I was like, oh, what's this? And picked it up, had a read, and found it really interesting. And I didn't know much about the Second World War then, so it sparked my interest. And I saw a big Spitfire in the front, and I thought that looks good.
So it just went from there.
Went from that book, the first book that I read about the Second World War, and it was about the Battle of Britain and aeroplanes in it, obviously. So, and from there, I was like, oh, I need to know more. So then went back to the library and found more and kept being interested, and then people would hear about it and here, read this book, I like it, and so I'd read it and
great.
Kept going, and years later I'm still going.
Great. So how old were you when you first picked up that book?
I think I was around 12, 13.
And if you don't mind me asking, how old are you now?
I'm 19 now.
Okay, so that's been an enduring interest for your teen years.
It feels like it's been my interest forever. So, but most of my teenagehood.
There you go. So, what do you think it is exactly about wartime aviation that actually captures your interest? Is it the heroism? Is it I don't know, what is it?
I think it almost is, because the first book I read, which is the Battle of Britain, and I do like all aviation, but the Battle of Britain is one of the events that I like to really always interested to dig into more. And I guess I was pretty amazed at what the pilots went through, how few they were, and what their job was, and how much of the history of the world rode on what happened to those pilots and in their job that they had to do. And I was quite amazed and pretty inspired. I was like, wow, the people, what they had to go through, and what they did, and it was a bit inspiring. And I just thought, I do believe we can learn a lot from history, and I like to look back on a lot of heroic people during the Second World War and what they did and what they gave up, and can learn so much from it.
You like the war nurses and stuff?
Yeah, and even Holocaust survivors, that's another thing I'm quite interested in, and all these different people that people don't even know about, that they put so much on the line, and often a lot of them died for it. So
do you feel like you want to tell their stories, continue to tell their stories? Is it something that inspires you, to keep pursuing the interest?
I wish more people knew about it, because like I said, I think there is so much to learn from them, and there was a lot of brave people, and that I don't feel like aren't even known about or recognised. And it's we hear rumours about people denying there wasn't a Holocaust or anything, and that makes me quite upset, because thousands of people were affected and had so much to do with it, and their story's never going to get known, let alone people these days trying to deny it ever happened, and those people weren't there. And So I like to get interested and passionate and bring people along to all these different aviation museums and everything, and try and tell stories. And I find it interesting, but I do also want other people to find it interesting and at least know some things.
Yeah.
I remember going to the library and asking someone, "Oh, where's the World War II section?" And they had to ask me what years it was, and I was like, "That's shocking." And she was like 30 years old, a librarian. She didn't know the years of the Second World War, and I thought, yeah, that's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hear you have a bit of a collection of Spitfire memorabilia. Is that right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about your collection?
So, I like models. Spitfires is the ultimate favourite, but I also am fond of Lancasters.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've got a Spitfire in my car, just a little model that I stuck on my rear view mirror, and I had keychains of Spitfires, and people know about it now, so I've got stacks of magazines, heaps of books, movies, and I've got a whole display cabinet at home with old bullets and like coins with airplanes on it, and actual airplanes. One of my friends actually welded a shape of a Spitfire.
Wow, that's really creative.
So I'm quite well known for it now.
That must be good for you.
So I like to, and whenever I move house, my favourite thing to do, the first thing I do, not my bed, not my clothes, is literally just set up my Spitfire array. That's my favourite thing to do. I'm not even kidding. First thing to do. So
So, have you actually had a chance to fly in any of the World War II aircraft before, or any of the early ones? I guess.
I haven't flown in a Lancaster or Spitfire yet, and that's definitely on my bucket list. I've seen them, but I did get an opportunity to fly in a Russian Yak.
Okay.
So that was a trainer during the Second World War.
Yeah.
That was happened to get in touch with a guy who owns one and offered to take me flying. So I got to have a fly in that, and that was
an experience.
A big moment. Very good. One of my favourite memories really that I've had. And that was in the afternoon, and we landed at sunset, and we went flying really low over the water, and got to like fly along the beach, and that was pretty special.
Epic.
Yes, I very much enjoyed that.
And so, do you have any dreams for what aircraft you might want to fly in the future?
Ultimately, it's a Spitfire, and I have looked into that. It's quite expensive, so I'm sort of touch and go on how dedicated I am to do that. But I also heard you can get a fly that can be in another airplane that flies right next to it, and I thought, less expensive and also really good still. So, my goal is to go over to England, and I would love to have a chance to even sit in a Spitfire and see one really flying as well.
That would be amazing.
That's my ultimate dream,
That would be amazing.
One of my dream jobs, which I have many, is to actually work for the Royal Flying Doctor Service. So, nursing is also another passion of mine. I love the idea about being able to fly and nurse. And I had a book that was also stories from a lot of nurses that are part of the Royal Flying Doctor Service. So that really got me excited, and I would love to be part of that. So I can definitely see aviation being part of my career one day and what I end up doing.
That's really fantastic. Yeah, and it's so great to have a vision of what you'd like to do.
Yeah, I'm really passionate about that. Pretty excited to see where I go.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Mezz, for sharing with us about your interest, and I hope that you might be able to join me in a future visit to perhaps something wartime aviation related.
I'll be very keen for that,
Yeah, and so if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos from me, please click the subscribe button. If you want to be notified about any new videos as they arrive, please do hit the bell as well. That will give you the notification. So thanks for watching, and I hope you found this video interesting. See you next time. Bye!